The smell of metal is always in the air here. Rusty old tools and a drilling machine that misses the measurement rod, so you just have to guess how deep you're drilling. Old projects on every wall, some happy to be complete, others still waiting for a part that never arrived. This is where I find my peace. This is where I feel at home. Well, I think I found the reason why we had such a low compression. In the last episode this thing had such a bad compression that it was really easy to turn by hand. And I think the reason why these deep scratches appeared is because of the Z-seam of the piston. Basically, when 3D printing, every single layer starts in the same point, and that's why this Z-seam appears. But this is an easy fix, a couple of settings in the slicer and we get rid of it. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna replace the sleeve on this cylinder.
I think I finally found my stride, feels so good, it's about time that I get into a groove like this, feel that flow, can't resist, and it all begin to go my way, I won't let it slip away. Yeah, I think I finally found my stride, feels so good, hold on tight, I'm taking it where it goes, just driving it like I stole it, here it comes, all I know is it's about to get real good.
With the cylinder sleeve replaced, it's now time to get on the next step, which is the piston.
Let's go out, ride around, paint the town red. Chase some dragons, find some trouble, try to cheat death. Curfew's over, funds in high demand. Milk the feeling like this night will never end. Get out of the way.
So as you guys can tell, I redesigned the piston, adding another ring on the bottom. With this change made, I'm hoping to get rid of the slap of the piston and getting better compression. Now that we have the piston done, it's time to focus on the valves.
I'm about to take you there. I'm lightning like Steve McQueen. I'm in the fast lane when the light turns green. And I built tough, I ain't nothing but grit. Cause I made rugged blood, sweat and spit. Yeah, like a horse I fly. Better brace yourself in for a bumpy ride. I like to play hard, but I work harder. And I weather the storm cause I'm built stronger.
So for the valves, I just used some wood screws that I've cut to length and hardened in some oil. The next step is gonna be making sure these valves sit correctly on the head so we don't have any leaks there. You guys probably remember that I printed the head in two parts so I can make some changes, add some metal if needed. That's exactly what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna add two shims of aluminium where the valves make contact with the head so I can then start lapping the valves and the head.
Cause I was born fast. Born to run, born to ride. Keep on flying till my hands touch the sky. Born to be wild and free. Keep on going, yeah, there's no stopping me. I was born for this. I was born for this. I was born for this. Out the gate like a bucking bull. Got my horns up, I'm unstoppable. Got you spin around, it's a do-si-do. Gotta hold on tight like a rodeo.
Now that we have a good seal on our head to valve contact, I also made sure we don't lose any compression in between the two parts of the head. Basically, I've just used high temperature silicone to seal everything together. The old valve springs were really weak, so I replaced them. I also got the carburetor and I printed an intake pipe. I took a closer look to my old flywheel, and unfortunately I think it's too light for this engine, so I'm gonna switch it up with this old brake disc. I printed an adapter for it, then I installed it, made sure it's really tight and centered, and then I got it installed on the crankshaft. I test spinned it a couple of times. It seems like it has good inertia and it's really centered. But unfortunately having a bigger flywheel comes in the way of the carburetor, so I will have to redesign the intake and give the pipe a bit of an angle. And in the end I redesigned the ignition system using a coil from an old car and some 3D printed parts. All that's left is putting everything together. I've used silicone to make a head gasket. I got the timing in place, installed the belt, torqued every bolt to the spec, and I'm gonna let the gasket cure overnight. Well, the belt just had an existential crisis. It's like it felt the power I was about to unleash with this engine and said nope.
You caught a blood standing at the door. Bell ring.
Held together by two bolts, hopes and dreams. Structural integrity? Never heard of it. This is what happens when you forgot to put 2 out of 4 bolts. Let's check the damage. The cylinder was flooded with gas, first of all. Next, the piston looks okay. Cylinder sleeve is in good shape. This is where the block failed. The crankshaft has no up and down play in it. It seems like all we're gonna need is a new block. The last one had a 20% infill, so I decided to bump it up to 70% just to make sure everything stays together this time. Out with the broken part and in with the new. I made sure this time I put every single bolt in, torqued them to spec, made sure this thing is gonna stay together. After installing all the other parts, I decided to give this engine a couple of cranks by hand with both valves closed. Yep, we are definitely losing compression somewhere. Time for a compression test.
When I walk through the streets of loneliness, I'll be looking for the lady of my dreams.
0.5 bar or 7 psi. I wasn't expecting much, but this is exceptionally low. By listening to the engine, I think the leak comes from one of the valves. So I'm gonna do a water test to see which one is leaking. I disassembled the head, I put it in the vise, and I started pouring water in the exhaust port. As you can see, we are leaking from the exhaust valve, the intake valve, and from the spark plug somehow. I think the gasket I made with silicone does not seal so well. So yeah, it's time to rebuild the head.
Yeah.
I never see her face. Oh no, I don't. But I hold her hand across the table in a little cafe.
I relapped the valves to ensure proper seal. I actually had to make my own lapping compound with different grids using some sandpaper that I burned to get rid of the back paper. Combined it with a bit of grease, and that's my lapping compound. I also found the reason why when I poured water in the exhaust port, it traveled to the intake port and the spark plug. The mating surfaces between the two parts of my head were both warped, and that made the water go from the exhaust valve to the intake valve to the spark plug. I'm about to commit a really questionable move and plane the head with sandpaper. I feel like I should wear flip-flops and no protection for this. Watching this I realized I was wearing gloves, so if this doesn't work, it's definitely because of the gloves. So as you can see, this is way better than before. All that's left now is to put everything together. This time I've used gasket maker, racing gasket maker actually, also professional racing gasket maker. This should give the engine at least 10 extra horsepower. I made sure I applied it evenly, and then I've installed everything else. I know, coming from me, it's hard to believe, but I actually installed all 4 bolts.
Ew, disgusting.
I checked again the integrity of my crankshaft, and I think when we broke the crankcase something happened to the crank, so I had to re-weld it. After welding I installed everything back together, and this is what I found. The valve leaks are gone, but now we are leaking through the head. I'm not sure if you can see the small bubbles, but this is a sign I should print everything at 100% infill. So with these results on the table, the only thing left is to start redesigning the head and the cylinder and yeah, printing them. Here we have the old cylinder, and you can clearly see it's cracked, and that's the exact same corner we were losing compression through. I made the new cylinder beefier with 2 extra bolts and a larger head to cylinder contact area. I've also redesigned the head, making it 1 single part instead of 2, increasing the intake diameter to 19 mm from 12. And I also got rid of the trumpet looking intake pipe by designing the flange in the head, so our carburetor sits straight and has no leaks. I had to make a new bigger intake valve and valve bed. After installing them I relapped the valve beds. I made sure both the cylinder and the head have straight contact surfaces, and I put everything together with the good old racing head gasket. After another compression test, we reached 30 psi or 2 bar. It's way better than before, actually 4 times better, so we are on the right track. But when I removed the compression tester, this is what I found. 3 cracks in the head. Apparently I'm a and an absolute so I basically tightened the spark plug too much and it had contact with the piston, and that created the cracks. I didn't lose any more time, I got to work and made another head. And put everything back together. This time I actually got some gasket material and made a head gasket. I made sure to use the racing gasket maker just to be sure and for extra horsepower. I've also put some gasket maker on the spark plug's threads and made half a liter gas tank. Well, the only thing left is to start testing this bad boy. Crankcase failure number 2, this time the lower one, but everything else survived, so we are in the cards. Once again I bumped the infill up from 20 to 70% and we are getting back to testing. We have life! It's not much, but this is a sign we are on the right track. Even though this video will end soon, I will keep redesigning and throwing parts at this engine until it starts.
Let them all know the goal I'm coming for. I'm the underdog, but I want it more. The cold mind in the spring too. No summer off. It's all season. It's all decent. To do it big, that's the one reason. I'm back at it. I am not leaving. I'm done when I'm done breathing. You know how the code go. And people are off like so. You saying you won. You talk to the boss. You're looking at me and you're both, bro.